second. Hold on a second. Did you really just say The Happening was all right?
I mean, I'm not a big Shyamalan fan. I haven't been in a long time. Let's leave it at that. But The Happening is just like, how do you describe The Happening? The Happening is a bunch of things are happening, and you're like, wow, it's The Happening, and it's amusing by accident.
Oh my god!
It is. It's amusing by accident, and then you get this like Shyamalan twist, and you're like, that was bad.
Oh.
But the rest of the movie, you were like, whatever, it was okay.
It's Mark Wahlberg talking to plants in his high-pitched.
Are the plants trying to get us?
You guys aren't trying to kill us, are you?
Are the plants trying to get us, guys? Guys, what do you mean? Son of a bitch. My name is Phil Balabanos. It's Peter James. Welcome to 24 frames per second.
24 FPS.
I thought I was going to be pretentious about
Yeah, I know. And
Whatever.
that's why I'm looking at you and I'm calling it 24 FPS, the title.
Yes. It's 24 frames per second, abbreviated as 24 FPS.
As always,
It's a show about movies. I mean, it's a show about movies. So, listen, The Happening is what it is. It's probably Mark Wahlberg's opus. No, that's Boogie Nights, isn't it?
You know what, man? I find he doesn't get enough credit. You know what I mean? He's not like this generation's, Cary Grant or anything like that. But he's, come on, look, okay, you got Boogie Nights. You got...
Boogie Nights is a great fucking movie.
Yeah, you got Pain and Gain.
Yeah. He's fine in that.
You got The Fighter. He's awesome in that.
The Fighter?
The Fighter, The Fighter.
He's from Boston, right?
He's from Boston, yeah.
So Boston-y.
And then, hold on, I'm clearly forgetting.
Transformers.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No, hold on.
Planet of the Apes. The monkeys. The monkeys.
Wow. Yeah, he definitely has his share of not.
I like Mark Wahlberg. I think
I got no beef with Mark Wahlberg.
I got no beef. I mean, it's not like I'm mixing him up with someone. Again, sorry, Miles Teller. Sorry about that. That was a confusing episode for me. You'd have to check a previous episode if you want to know what I'm talking about. But Mark Wahlberg is not underrated and he's not overrated. But as a comedic actor, he is phenomenal. He has a great sense of timing.
So what are we talking about here? You're talking about like Daddy's Home.
Daddy's Home. Ted.
Ted, yeah.
That was it. Was there two Teds?
There are two Teds.
So is it the second Ted where they're having a baby?
Yes.
That scene in the sperm bank.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, we should have just stopped making comedies after that. That's like it doesn't get better. Oh, it's okay. They rejected sickle cell samples. Oh, you're covered in black guy goo. I was like, oh my god, how is this movie happening right now? I laughed so hard in the theater. Somebody asked me to leave.
But credit to Seth MacFarlane. Then.
Yeah, I know, but you give a beautiful script, a beautifully written script like that to someone else.
So you know how we were talking to the other...
It's the disgust in his face. That's what it is.
I know. But do you remember when we were talking about, in a previous episode, we mentioned like our kind of go-to comedies?
Yeah, and you were like,
we were talking
about Adam Sandler.
Well, we were talking about Sandler and all that. So Once Upon a Time in the West.
That's
no, sorry.
Wait, what?
No.
That's not a comedy.
No,
I mean, it's funny, but not on purpose.
A Million Ways to Die in the West is what I meant. Seth MacFarlane.
That movie is seriously underappreciated.
That movie is brilliant.
The trailer for A Million Ways to Die in the West is better than most comedies. Just the trailer.
Sure.
Like, because it's just a bunch of one-liners, right? And was it Theron? Theron.
Yeah,
right?
Charlize Theron.
She's funny.
She's
actually really funny. Like,
hysterical.
I didn't know before that.
And credit to him.
He does a lot of stuff with her.
He doesn't do a lot of stuff with her.
He also did the Orville with her.
Yeah, but like that's not a lot of stuff. They really hit it off.
No, but I think they've done other. There's more. I'm sure. I just can't remember it right now.
Not that I know of.
She had done Family Guy appearances. I know that.
Yeah.
She was in A Million Ways to Die in the West. She did 3 seasons of the Orville with him. Even after they got canceled, she stuck around.
Did you do 3 seasons?
I think maybe more than 3 because they were canceled and then brought back by Netflix, I want to say.
No.
Not
So it
Netflix.
stayed on Fox. I just don't know the.
No. It came back. It pulled
like a Hulu or something. I'd have to check.
It might be Hulu. I don't remember now. The Orville is a really well-crafted homage show. Like, as a big Star Trek fan, it feels like more of a Star Trek episode than Star Trek does sometimes. And you forget. You're like, all right, this is not Star Trek.
Right. Okay.
This is something else. But it captures it so
Clearly
beautifully.
told from a fan, though.
Oh no, 100%. Yeah, it's fan service, but at the same time, it's better in its not storytelling, but it's in its metaphors.
Okay.
Its metaphors are stronger than Star Trek.
He's a solid writer.
He's a solid writer.
Super
Yeah,
solid writer.
It's a little woke though. Like it's a. I have an issue with woke,
Like-
filmmaking, like
Okay.
for the sake of being woke. Like, well,
Okay.
you'll go down like this. I mean, look, there's an argument to be made that Star Trek always reflected the issues of the time, and that's kind of what it does.
That was going to be my next point. Yeah.
So I get it, I understand.
Okay.
But at the same time, McFarlane leans into it heavily sometimes. But then you see him turn something that looked like a woke token insertion into this long, interesting, really deep
So then it's not
storyline.
So then it's not woke.
And you're
for
like,
woke's sake.
so it's not. And you're like, oh wow, okay, so this is okay. But then you'll get these like throwaway lines that you're like, someone made you put this in here. I know it.
Well, the scope of it can't be it can't be denied that the scope of cinema and TV changed in a post Me Too in a post George Floyd world. Mm-hmm. And there are arguments that it was for the better. But I've seen it too. I've seen it where sometimes it just leans too much for the sake of being that. You know what I mean? Like
You see it often. I mean, I've
it
heard
becomes clickbait, but in TV.
it's clickbait.
or-
I mean, look,
or-
like I said a while ago, I'm working on something that I won't really bring up. But even I find myself, I was like, ooh, like I'm building character backgrounds right now. That's what I'm doing. So I'm like, it'd be interesting if this character, I don't know, was a closeted homosexual, for example. I'm like, it may add to the character. And I was like, wait, why am I adding that? Is it actually because it adds to the story, or do I think it'll just play well in a modern audience? So like, I find myself having these conversations with myself, and I'm like,
See, that's
Like,
what
I
the
don't know
problem is.
anymore.
I don't like feeling like, oh, this is playing to that. Is why I don't like Oscar bait films. This is pre Me Too and George Floyd, where it was just like you're playing to that too much, and it's transparent, and I don't like it because you can hit those notes without.
what do you mean by Oscar bait?
So
Because for some reason, when you said Oscar bait, a movie I thought of?
what
Sandra Bullock, the football,
about The Blind Side, yeah,
The Blind Side.
yeah.
Is that one an Oscar?
An argument can be, yeah, she won Best
She
Actress.
did, yeah.
for
So
an argument
that
can
to
be
me
made
is
that
Oscar bait.
Oscar bait,
100%.
Yeah.
This poor little black boy.
That's what
you
I'm
gonna
saying.
get held by this white lady.
That kind
That's
of
Oscar bait.
A lot of white savior films were Oscar bait. A lot of period pieces were really.
Well, I mean,
Oscar
I'm
bait.
making Oscar bait right now. Like I'm sure,
Sure,
like I know what I'm doing. I'm fully aware
Right.
of what
Okay,
I've
but that's the key
undertaken.
thing is that you being aware.
Oh yeah. I feel like no matter what you do, as long as you're aware of what you're doing and honest about it, it's okay. They're like, yeah, no, we made an Oscar bait movie. They're like, oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Like good for you.
Yeah, because like there's.
But what's Oscar bait nowadays?
That's it.
Hard to tell.
Nowadays, that's what I'm saying is movies that really fit into that criteria. Well, not necessarily woke, but shining light on previously not unknown because it was
Not unknown, but stuff that wasn't in the
foreground.
The foreground, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's about a marginalized community, it's Oscar bait. Is that what you're saying?
No, well, no, because
I mean, but it is, but it also may not be.
yeah,
Like, okay, I don't know. Scorsese decides to tell the untold tale of
well, score. No, actually,
Plains-
no.
of a
Hold on.
Plains Indian.
I'm going to stop you right there because that's what he's doing. So
Wait, what he's doing?
Scorsese's new film is called Killers of the Flower Moon, right? So it's based on a novel about the Osage people, and
I was straight up joking.
okay, yeah. So
That's amazing.
yeah, and-
That's Oscar bait.
well, here's the thing. Well, Scorsese is always Oscar bait, but that's just because his name's attached to it. But it's not really bait. It's just he just makes masterpiece after masterpiece.
He's really fucking
his films are on another level, so they're always
Yeah.
going to be considered. But here's what's funny is that a bunch of murders took place at the time of the Osage people, and it'll look like a serial
Where
killer.
are they from? Like, what part of the Americas are their peoples from? Where do these tribes roam?
You'll have to watch the movie.
Wait, you can't tell me.
Well, from
'Cause you
I,
don't know.
I don't know.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm trying to remember here.
Like,
what
are
it
we
is.
like Southern American
Yes.
states?
Well, I would.
Northern?
Well, here's the thing. It's they hit oil there, right? So that's why that.
So it must be like Midwest to Southern. The Osage. I don't know. I only know where the Ojibwe live because we live in Quebec and we had to learn about it. Everybody else, fair game. I have no idea. No, but my point was, is that Oscar bait now just because he's telling? Like, what if here? Lou Diamond Phillips decides he's directing his first feature. Okay. Wait, no, he's not native, is he? I don't think he is. I think he's only like part indigenous American.
Okay.
I don't think. But he always plays like an indigenous character, right?
Because of his.
He has that look.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's assume for the sake of this argument, because I can't think.
No, I'm laughing because I want you to finish the argument, then I'm going to tell you about Lou Diamond Phillips.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
I'm trapped.
So okay. So Lou Diamond Phillips makes his directorial debut. He makes this movie. Okay, this script.
Oklahoma, the Osage County. But
Oklahoma. Okay, so he makes this film, and let's say he has Osage ancestry, right? Whatever. He's very in touch with his Osage identity.
Lou Diamond Phillips is a Filipino American.
Filipino, that's right. But he always plays. No, he's not.
Yes.
Lou Diamond Phillips is not Filipino. You
It's
liar.
going to be awesome. I hope you can punch it at the moment where he reads it, and the satisfaction. I could probably taste that moment.
Just for the record, I love Lou Diamond Phillips. I think he's
I
one of the
know,
most underrated actors of our time. But he's not Filipino.
Get to it. Just write background or whatever you want to write.
I'm gonna find it. You keep telling your Scorsese garbage.
Well, I know, I'm telling it to you, but I'm also going to tell our audience.
Tell it,
Hold on, wait, it's coming.
You keep going. It's fine.
I'm sure it's coming.
Early life, Lou Diamond Phillips.
It.
Phillips was born 17th February at the Subic Bay Naval Station in the Philippines. That doesn't prove anything. To Lucita, that's pretty Filipino.
Yep.
And Amon Upchurch, not a Scottish-Irish. He's a Cherokee. His father is of Cherokee descent.
Scottish Irish Cherokee. So he's what? He's
Bro, he's American.
16th Cherokee.
He's one.
His mom's Filipino. His dad's American. He's a Filipino American, is what I said.
He is.
Now,
How does he identify, Peter James? Maybe he identifies as full-blooded.
He identifies. Now, let me get back on track.
I knew he was of mixed heritage, but I know he has.
No, your problem is you're seeing Young Guns in your head. That's what's playing right now, and you might even be confusing La Bamba.
No, not La Bamba.
So
what are you saying? No, come on.
listen, I have so
Lou
many.
Diamond Phillips, good for you.
I love Lou Diamond.
Yeah, me too. I think he's great. He's everywhere. He just appears places, right?
Fucking awesome.
He's one of those actors where you're like watching something, and Lou Diamond Phillips arrives, and you're like, fucking Lou Diamond Phillips.
And it's also a fucking awesome name.
Lou Diamond Phillips?
Come on, right?
I feel like Diamond is fake. Like he just put that in there because Lou Phillips isn't great.
Lou Phillips is also awesome.
It's all right.
Lou Phillips might have made him an action star in the 80s. I mean, he was.
Phillips? No. An action star in the 40s, maybe.
Okay. So,
Anyways, go on.
So this Killers of the Flower Moon in the Osage County, the book talks about the FBI's investigation into these murders and what have you. Now, initially a script was written from the FBI's point of view, but it just didn't track, it didn't play. And they pivoted with Scorsese, and now they're shooting it with the heart of the film being the Osage peoples.
I just realized something.
What?
When I brought up this story, I wasn't thinking of Lou Diamond Phillips. I mean, I do love Lou Diamond Phillips, but I mixed up who I was thinking of. I was thinking of Graham Greene. This guy.
From fucking Free Willy.
Fuck.
Who is a Canadian?
Yeah, it was Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, no, he's like.
Oh, he's a native. Yeah, but I'm just saying. Yeah.
Not. What are they? He's Cree.
Yeah, but not. Yeah, exactly. But God,
He's a member of the Cree Nation.
so good.
I think this again. I'm gonna
you know
sidetrack your story.
Okay.
I think the northern tribes of the Americas, right? And I can't speak much to the southern tribes
Like the
because I don't.
Mohawk, the Cree.
Yeah, the Cree, all the Cree Nation language family members, Ojibwe. They have the coolest way of speaking English I've ever encountered. And I don't mean from movies, from people I've interacted with. And I wish I spoke English that way.
You know what? I don't think I've ever taken
They have
notice
this
of that.
it must have to do something with their language. I've seen it portrayed in films poorly, especially in old westerns where they're like,
So you're talking about the cadence, of their,
that nonsense they
So
do.
yeah, you're talking about the cadence
But it
of
must
their
be something-
native tongue.
Yeah, the rhythm of it must be very different than like most Indo-European languages, because it's so interesting the way they speak. Right? Have you ever noticed that? Like,
No, that's what I'm saying. I actually haven't.
It's really cool. Like, it's not Montreal Greek guy. Like, that's not high on the list.
Now I'm gonna go and watch movies from that featured Wes Studi and or Study. I don't know.
Study.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he also popped into my head and out.
I love Wes.
He's the one of the braids, right? He always had braids.
No, I mean Heat. He did not have braids.
No, he did not.
He was awesome.
No, he was awesome in Heat. Yeah. West Studi. Studi is his name.
Is it Studi or Study? Either way, Wes, if you're watching this,
Doesn't have braids.
We love you, man.
Oh, I'm thinking of Russell Means with the braids.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, man.
I'm just naming random Aboriginal actors now.
So funny.
So yeah, they're making this movie about the Osage, and the FBI is
You're
investigating.
talking about
killers.
Terry Crews, and you're gonna be like, my favorite Terry Crews movie was The Green Mile. That's what's gonna end up happening.
That is
episodes
so
down the line.
racist.
Yeah, that's
That
what's
is
gonna end
so
up happening.
racist.
That's the
Wow.
path you're taking us down.
Jesus Christ, Peter.
Lou Diamond Phillips,
passed away,
a
right?
Filipino, Michael Clark Duncan.
Clark Duncan, yeah.
Duncan passed away.
Yeah. He was
That's
an
I
excellent
fucking
actor.
loved
A
Michael
legend.
Clark Duncan. You know, I saw
Did he win an
Michael
Oscar for Green Mile?
No,
he didn't.
No,
was he
didn't.
nominated?
I think he was nominated.
nominated, yeah.
I saw Michael Clark Duncan at an airport in Vegas, but you've seen it. I don't approach.
huge.
He monstrous.
Monstrous, huh?
Like just a giant.
But so gentle when you
But
like,
here's
see him
the
in
thing.
interviews.
Yeah, I'm not the type. If I see a celebrity and they're just kind of chilling by themselves, I
wouldn't-
don't.
yeah.
I don't go up to them. I don't
don't
bother them. If the situation, I mean, just the other day, it was. I was coming back from where was I? I was working. I was in New Brunswick, I think, and I was coming back to Montreal.
Fucking
and
jet set life all the way to New Brunswick.
and so my wife's picking me up, the Montreal airport. She's picking me up on the U.S. side though, because
Yeah.
they don't kind of hassle you to move if you double.
Oh
park
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So I'm
It's a
like,
good life hack.
yeah, I'm outside though because I want to smoke, and I'm barreling through people, and I physically bump into. You might have to Google this guy. He's an actor. His name is Dan Fogelman.
I think I know who Dan
Okay.
Fogelman is.
Oops.
Fogelman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What was he on?
So he people see him. You see this?
Stupid Love.
Oh, sorry, I'm
Crazy
dumb.
Stupid
I'm
Love.
dumb. I'm dumb. That's
not him?
that's the writer of Crazy Stupid
Oh,
Love.
who are you thinking of?
Am I thinking of his name? Dan Fogel.
You don't know who
Maybe
you
just
saw,
try
eh?
Dan Fogel. No, because there's Dan Fogelman, who is the writer of Crazy Stupid Love and a couple other films, and then there's
Fogelberg. I'm not seeing a Dan Fogel here.
oh my god, I just realized what
musician. Is it this man,
coffee
Daniel B.
hasn't hit.
Fogel?
No,
No? Yeah, I don't know.
Dan Fogler.
Jesus Christ.
Fogler.
We're doing a podcast. You have to Google things, Peter.
The coffee has not
I'm
kicked in
pretty
yet.
sure I brought you on to do this. Like, as
Yeah,
my
because I'm
partner,
supposed to do
you're
that.
supposed
Too
to
much
know these
pressure.
things.
But you know what? I'm really
What's his
really
name?
tired.
Fogler?
Fogler.
was
Dan
he on?
Fogler. Most people will know him from the Fantastic
Oh, yeah.
Beasts movies, but I know him from such amazing comedy classics.
I know what you're gonna say.
As Take Me Home Tonight, which I guarantee no one here has seen, but it is super good.
Well, he's in Balls of Fury.
That's it. That's the magic.
Good luck,
one.
Chuck.
Good Luck, Chuck. He was fine in, but Balls
No,
of
but
Fury.
Good Luck, Chuck is a fun movie.
Have you seen Balls of Fury?
Yes, I have, of course.
Balls of Fury with Christopher
Fat
Walken.
Boys too.
Yeah, he was great in
was
Fat
awesome.
Boys
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, he's
so
great. I like
So I physically bump into Dan Fogler.
On purpose?
No,
Like,
I was just
thought
trying
you,
to
like,
get
shoved
people.
him.
No. I just kind of hit him. I turned around and went, "Oh." He kind of looked at me with like this, and I said, again, I could have been like, "Oh my god." I just went, "Sorry about that, man. Big fan of your work. Keep it up." And he just kind of like nod and smile. You know,
Oh, that's.
kinda,
I mean,
yeah.
that's
it. That's all.
okay.
You know,
didn't,
because
like, you know who I ran into years ago at the airport in Montreal? I'm gonna check his name because you'll know his name.
Sure.
So I'm sitting at. Do you remember before the airport was renovated? This is a deep cut for any non-Montrealers. I'm sorry. There was Burger King. That's all there
Yeah,
was
I
to
remember,
eat,
yeah.
right? And I only ever ate Burger King if we were at the airport.
Sure.
So I'm at the airport. I'm like, I don't know, 21. I was with Anna actually. I think we were going to Greece that summer. It was like the first time we were traveling together. And I sit down and it's chaos. Like just absolute chaos. There's nowhere to sit. And this guy, older than me, walks up and he goes, "Do you mind?" Because we were just two and it was a table for four.
Okay.
And we had split like on either side because we're assholes. And he goes, "Do you mind if I sit and eat? Because like I got a flight to catch and I just need to eat." I'm like, "No problem." So we move. He asked nicely. I didn't recognize him. And as I'm eating, I'm looking at this guy, but I'm getting one of these like, I know this guy from somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm not thinking television or film in any way, shape, or form because
he's like a friend of a friend or something.
yeah, I'm like, maybe I just know this guy from somewhere. So the reason I didn't recognize him was he was out of costume. And this is, what's his name? His name is Mike Smith from Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Bubbles, but he
Bubbles,
wasn't
yeah.
wearing his glasses.
Okay.
So I didn't recognize him. And at some point, I'm like eating a Whopper and I'm like, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah. I go, "Aren't you Bubbles?" He's like, "Yeah."
Oh,
and he just
nice.
chuckles.
That's
I'm like,
cool.
"That's awesome." Cool. And he's like, and I realized, I'm like, I wanted to say like Mr. I'm like, "I don't even know your real name." He's like, "Bubbles is fine."
Oh,
and he
wow,
finished his
okay.
food and he got up and he left. I was like, what a random,
that.
embarrassing interaction on my end. Because I don't know his name. I just knew him as Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys.
I know Bruce Willis's name, and when I met him, I actually like I fanboyed out and I called him John McClane.
But I mean, I've heard some really sad news about Bruce Willis. His dementia's like gotten bad. It's one of those breaks my heart.
I read something where his wife says she's not even
Sure if he's aware that he has it anymore. That's just fucking.
Sorry,
I don't know if this was supposed to be a feel-good episode, but that's not.
That cut deep, man.
We should probably talk about movies. We haven't spoken about any movies.
Let's talk about Bruce Willis movies now, man.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down. You know what? Let's do it.
Okay, first question.
In memoriam, he's still around.
First question. I know we're about a month and a half too early, but I want your opinion first, then I'll give you mine.
Go.
Yay or nay? Die Hard. Is it a Christmas movie?
It's a Christmas movie.
100% agree.
Maybe not the best Christmas movie ever made, because you know where I stand on the best Christmas movie of all time.
Do I?
Yeah, don't you? So
does his face look like someone who does? Maybe you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna say
a liar.
You're gonna say it, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh fuck yeah, that's right."
It's funny because like Christmas movies, I'm not a huge fan. I mean, there's been some incredible classic like the Home Alones, whatever.
But hold on. Before we get into it, to you, is a Christmas movie a movie that takes place during Christmas?
Stop banging on the table.
A movie about Christmas, and or both.
If it is set during the Christmas period, and Christmas style aesthetic somehow factors in to an important part of the film, it's a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie. So
well, now we have
the best Christmas movie ever made is also the best time travel movie ever made, and it's Jumanji.
Oh,
it's fucking Jumanji. It's the most entertaining time travel film, and it is the most entertainment Christmas movie. It starts and ends at Christmas.
Yeah.
And they travel through time. Spoiler alert. Sorry, I don't know if you haven't seen Jumanji.
But there's no, besides that, there's no like Christmas
the entire
theme.
reveal of what's happened and how it becomes a time travel movie in the end happens during a Christmas party, which also happens at the beginning of the film and then it's continued in the end of the film.
I think you're reaching on this one.
I'm not reaching. I
did not guess
that at all.
I'll fucking
fight you. I will fight you physically.
I will overpower you.
My wrist hurts right now, but
don't even try that.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm larger than I will sit on you. So
just kick over your stool, you big fatty.
So,
Die Hard is one of the best Christmas movies.
Yeah,
it is. But it's not. It's as Christmas movie of a Christmas movie as Jumanji is, because it just takes place during a Christmas party.
No. Yeah, but the whole thing, and then you have a lot of themes. Ho ho ho! Now I have a machine gun. Like, come on, like.
Okay, ho ho ho! Sure, but then now I have a machine gun is not a Christmassy line.
And a lot. Yeah, come on.
Yippee-ki-yo-ki-yay.
The Yippee-ki-yay and Happy Trails is a cowboy movie thing. Okay?
Yeah, for
I get
sure.
that.
Because he's American and the other guy's making fun of him.
Yeah. But there's still a lot of.
Die Hard's a great movie.
Yeah,
like
awesome.
Objectively, the original awesome action film, isn't it? Yes. Maybe not the original.
No,
what is the first action movie? I have no idea. I'm trying to think.
Tough, man, because there were crime movies that those count.
I mean, there's a lot of the Nouvelle Vague from France that were technically action films with like Nuit Américaine.
Yeah,
that's an action movie. It's not a great movie, to be honest. It's okay. I mean, it hasn't aged well.
The 60s, this Bond.
60s, yeah, there's Bond.
The advent of Bond.
Because I know what the first big sci-fi film was that like changed how sci-fi was made. And that's probably Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Like it changed how sci-fi was viewed in terms of film. What do you mean?
No, sci-fi was huge.
No. Sci-fi was always huge, but it was always this subgenre that wasn't for everyone.
Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
We're not gonna do this. I know you hate it.
It's trash.
It's not trash. It's not The Search for Spock, okay? It's trash. Stop. It's not. It's not.
It's awful.
It predates Star Wars, doesn't it?
Awful.
In its release? I think it does.
Star Wars 77?
76, I'm pretty sure. I'll double check. I'll fight you, bro. I won't fight you on this.
It doesn't matter because Star Wars destroys Star Trek: The Motion Picture. I will go. Oh no, I was about to say Episode 1 Trump.
79, actually. No.
There you go. So Star Wars was. There you go. I'm not a Trekkie, so I couldn't tell you any of these things.
I mean, I'm not saying I want to watch it right now, but I mean, it's important in the grand scheme of sci-fi in cinema.
So boring.
It's not boring.
So boring. You got to really love that shit
to watch. You're a Neanderthal.
I'm not a Neanderthal.
You're a Neanderthal when it comes to
best Star Trek film is everybody knows it's First Contact.
Is it?
Yeah.
It might be Nemesis.
No.
Nemesis is pretty awesome.
That's the one with Tom Hardy, right?
Nemesis?
Yeah.
No, Tom Hardy's in Nemesis.
Yeah.
I gotta check that. I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Let's write Tom Hardy Star Trek. This is gonna be another one where you should punch into Phil.
No, I'm not gonna fight you. I don't remember.
No, I know he's in. I know he's in.
How old is he?
I'm
That's
guessing.
like fucking. How old is he in Star Trek?
Oh, youngin. He's a youngin. Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
That's fucking Tom
Yeah,
Hardy.
that's what I thought.
Yo,
Yeah.
I did not know that was Tom Hardy.
Amazing, right?
How is that Tom Hardy? Oh my god, it is Tom Hardy. Now I see it. Holy shit. Yeah, I had no idea that was him. I never made the connection.
Yeah.
It does not have a good fucking score, huh? Am I mixing up movies?
Are you thinking Insurrection, which is also not a great movie?
No.
Or are you thinking First Contact with the
might be.
Borg?
I might be thinking, yeah, I mixed them up.
Yeah.
Locutus, right?
Yeah.
First Contact? Yeah, I just mixed up the film titles. Yeah.
That's
It
the
definitely
best
is
one.
First Contact. You're right, yeah.
Nemesis is Tom Hardy.
Contact. Also a good movie.
Contact. Robert Zemeckis. Excellent.
That fucking, you know that mirror
That
scene?
mirror shot. Oh,
So
God.
for years, I knew I could just Google how they did it, but I refused. I was like, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out.
Did you figure it out?
I came close, but I was
Okay.
like, there's no way there was this much digital effects happening in that time. And in the end, it was that. It was, not digital, but it was matte cuts.
So
Fucking nuts. What a trippy fucking scene. How do you even think that up?
random about Contact.
Wait, weren't we talking about Bruce Willis movies?
Yeah, we're gonna get back to
Okay.
it because this is the show. This is what we do. We just
Yeah.
pivot off one other thing.
Pivot. I hate Friends. I'm just letting everyone know I hate Friends.
He doesn't have any. That's why. Contact. You remember it pretty well in your mind's
Hold on.
eye.
That's the one with Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster.
And Lou Diamond Phillips.
You mean Grant
I
Green?
remember Contact. I actually watched Contact maybe 2-3 months ago again.
Okay, so
I've been trying to get out of the watch it. No, it's old. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
old enough that we can say it.
So do you remember?
If you haven't seen Contact and you want to, maybe don't listen to this next little bit.
Look, you know what? I'll keep it pretty vague.
Yeah,
I'll
keep it
say,
vague,
I'll
just
say it
be
in a
safe.
way that people will know, but you won't.
I'm disgusted with myself actually by saying it's old, it's fine, we can spoil it.
No,
we shouldn't.
movies, no, we're never going to. Okay, so do you remember the manic look in Jake Busey's eyes? It's a reveal that happens before a very pivotal bad part of the movie.
I think so.
So you pair that with The Frighteners, another Robert Zemeckis masterpiece. Oh, not sorry, Peter Jackson. What am I talking about? But I think Zemeckis might have produced that. That's why it made me think of it.
I'm not sure.
Jake Busey, I was way too old to be like when movies giving me nightmares, but Jake Busey gave me nightmares.
But Jake,
Not Jack Busey, not Gary Busey. Sorry, Jake Busey.
Jake.
Yeah. I saw you scroll through a picture of Gary Busey.
no, he was just there.
Jake Busey's his son, and Jake Busey in those movies, I used to have nightmares about him.
I mean, he got one of those faces
Like just put
too,
Jake Busey Contact, and you'll understand exactly what I mean.
Watch it give me his
We can
contact
find-
information.
That'd be pretty
I
funny.
spelled every word wrong in this sentence. Everyone.
Hey, that was terrifying to me. Terrifying.
Is he the bad guy
to
in
me.
Twisters also? In Twister, not Twister, sorry. Or is he just part of their team? He's
Part
in
of their
Twister,
team.
right?
Yeah, he's just part of their
He's
team.
just part of their team, yeah. I mean, I see what Frighteners. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Awesome.
A very long
I want to
time.
save Frighteners for the next episode. Next episode should be coming.
Halloween's around the
Halloween,
corner,
too,
yeah. Frightener, yeah, we'll get into it. But okay, let's go back to because again,
Willis.
this news about Willis
Bruno.
messed me up. Bruno?
Yeah, it's a nickname of him.
Oh, I didn't know that. So, Die Hard,
Die
Christmas
Hard.
movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to that. It's a Christmas film.
about
Top five Bruce Willis movies. Go. Let's do it right now. Your top five.
My top five.
Your top five, because I can't do a top five because I can't remember the titles of
All right.
anything.
Die Hard.
Which one?
In the first
The original
one.
Die Hard.
Pulp Fiction.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That's me.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't consider it a Bruce Willis movie, but yeah.
But he's
in it.
He's heavily featured in
Yeah, you're fair. That's fair.
it.
Die Hard, Pulp Fiction.
The Sixth Sense.
I was waiting for it. I'm surprised it's in the middle. I thought it'd be at the top.
No. This is my personal. This is my personal. Yeah.
Sorry.
So I was gonna say this is my personal list. So that brings the fifth element, and then my last one will be very controversial. The Last Boy Scout.
I have no idea what that is.
The Last Boy Scout is a sort of buddy cop film, but not necessarily comedy.
What year is this?
This is 1990.
Also, you left out like a very obvious should have been included.
That's
but
why I
go
said
on.
it's gonna be controversial.
I'm already controversed. Fucking
That's what's like. What a controversy.
controversy.
So it's a Tony Scott film. R.I.P. Tony Scott. With Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans. Okay, and
I have no memory of this movie
no,
existing.
it's epic.
Is
It's
this like a
epic.
Mandela effect? Like it never made?
No.
exist?
This is real. Bruce Willis plays a private dick,
Dick.
who picks up a case where he's trying to.
Yo, I'm just having like flashbacks from this football in the poster. I remember this.
He's
movie.
trying to keep tabs on a first appearance Halle Berry before she was Halle Berry.
I love the French title. Le Dernier Samaritain.
Le Dernier Samaritain. But there's this scene. So
I don't remember this movie
so
at all.
it's one of Willis's most famous films. So he's got this scene where bad guys have kind of kidnapped him. They kind of tie him up, and he asks for a cigarette. So they give him a cigarette, and then he asks.
Oh my God, I'm having these like.
He asks for a light, and then the guy reaches out the lighter, and as you know, like the cigarette's hanging from your mouth. As Willis leans in to light it, the guy fully like cold clock decks him.
Okay.
And the cigarette breaks, and Willis is playing it like, I seem to have broken my cigarette. May I have another? So the same thing repeats itself.
Okay.
The guy hits him right as he's about to light it, and Willis whispers, and you need like the DVD to really hear where he just says,
I watch everything with subtitles on.
I'm gonna whisper this into the mic. He goes,
Like I'm listening to my mic.
touch me again, I'll kill you. Right?
I don't remember this movie at all.
So the guy hits him again, and Willis has managed to like get free, just gets up and spikes the, like, you know, that old move, spikes the guy's nose bone into his brain, just ends him. Yeah. And yeah, it's so
left out so many.
Did you know who that? Yeah, that guy was Kim Coates, by the way, another great character actor.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on the list. Like,
Yeah, of course,
I
this
can
is my
probably.
opinion.
He's one of the few actors where I could probably do a top 5, and I'm gonna do it now.
Yeah,
In the 5th position is The Fifth Element,
funny.
right? And The Sixth Sense. I don't know if I would include The Sixth Sense. I think in its place I would put 12 Monkeys.
That was up there. That one suffered.
12 Monkeys, Die Hard. I won't include another Die Hard. I'll just say Die Hards.
See, mine is Die Hard with a Vengeance, man.
You didn't include it.
I know, but it's right there. Like, it's hard to do a top.
I think I would take Die Hard. Die Hard with a Vengeance is Die Hard with Samuel L. Jackson in New York.
Right, yeah.
Die Hard with a Vengeance, but Die Hard for what it is. I'm gonna package them.
Yeah, but you know what's funny?
Hard
Is
one and
that one was not a Die Hard movie. So it was a script called Simon Says
Yes,
that was
that's right, I knew
reworked
this. Yeah.
to shoehorn John.
Okay, but wait, let me get to my list
Okay,
before
so you got
I lose
Fifth
it.
Element.
Fifth Element.
You got
12 Monkeys,
you
100%.
got Die Hard.
Die Hard.
You need two more.
Then there's what is it called?
Armageddon.
Yes, thank you. It's Armageddon.
I know.
And in the first spot, you know what it is? You know.
Your first spot, Bruce Willis film. Oh, look, it's got to be so obvious. I'm blank. Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
it's Mercury Rising.
Nope. It's Looper.
I know.
Okay.
Mercury Rising is one of his Willis bad film. Yeah, yeah.
That's okay. But Looper deserves to be on the top 5 for me. Like
yeah.
it.
I'm embarrassed
Look,
that I didn't
it's a
include
Joseph.
Looper.
It's a Ryan Johnson movie. It's not a Bruce Willis movie in that
I
sense.
think I might have to swap out Sixth Sense for Looper on my
The
top
Sixth
5.
Sense, aside from the
No, it's a very
It's an
understated performance by Bruce Willis.
yes,
and
but as a-
I really
no,
like
look,
that.
I'm talking about Bruce Willis movie, the experience of the movie.
Yeah, but he's
That movie is a solid performance with an okay story. Everyone does excellently.
everyone
in it,
talks
but
about
it's
the-
not like
everyone talks about the twist.
If it wasn't for the twist, no one would remember that movie.
Well, listen, and they credit the writing for the twist. Man, if you knowing the twist, watch The Sixth Sense.
It's much
again,
more interesting.
Not only is it more interesting, but you really get to see how good Bruce Willis is in it, and that's
One of the
where it
most
gets fun.
understated. You know what? Now you're saying it. Fuck, you're right. One of the most understated bits of his performance in that film. I mean, it has to do with the filmmaking team also, like the camera department and the director. But it's his eye lines.
Oh God!
If you watch his eye lines, they're so subtly off. Because I remember watching that movie in the theater, and like the whole theater is just like, "What the fuck?" Like everyone's,
Yeah.
"What a twist!" Everyone's tripping balls, and I was like, "No, it's not possible. This is lazy." I saw him do things that he couldn't have done, and then I watched it when it finally came out at home, and I was like, "Oh my god, he did it so nice."
So
good.
I think I got lucky. Let me just double check the years. If my memory serves me correct, I won't double check. I think my memory serves me correct on this.
The Fifth Element is so good. So
That summer when The Sixth Sense came out, another film had like, I don't want to say overshadowed it, but was right up there in
was
terms
it?
of being talked about. Now, for a young horror fan like
What
me,
year is this?
this is probably
Sixth Sense?
99, I
Nine?
think. Yeah.
Not
98,
Titanic? Is that
99.
where you're
No, hold on. So there was another film that someone like me would have gravitated to more, which made me kind of like, not disregard, but like The Sixth Sense wasn't like a must-see for me at that point.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to see the Blair Witch Project.
Did you see it in theaters?
So
Because I saw that in theater.
Yeah. So I remember
Big
I was
mistake,
in
big mistake.
Greece and I was like, I can't wait to get back because I need to see this Blair Witch movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it and it terrified me and I was like, holy shit, that's awesome. And I was young and dumb and so like that impressed the hell out of me. And then I kind of like, I guess I'll go see The Sixth Sense, even though I really liked Bruce Willis. I was like, but for me, that whole time was about the Blair Witch Project. And man, the Sixth Sense blew my mind. And I
Really?
forgot about like the Blair Witch Project afterwards.
The Blair Witch Project for me is something I also saw in theaters.
What's a cultural phenomenon of its time?
It was.
That's it,
but
of its
in the
time.
theater, I was like, I wish I wasn't here.
No, yeah, of course.
You know what I saw in Greece? Now that you said it, and you're gonna laugh so hard. Summer 1998, which back then movies that were released here were about a year later in most of Southern Europe. I'm with some cousins. They're like, "What do you want to do? It's not nice." I'm like, "It's 27 degrees and beautiful, guys." They're like, "Ah, it's a shitty day. There's a cloud." You know,
That's pretty
it's
accurate.
pretty accurate. They're like, "There's one cloud." I was like, "I don't know. Do you guys have like a movie theater nearby?" They're like, "Yeah, in the next town." I was like, "Let's go to the movies."
Is it the outdoor theater or?
Yeah,
is
theater,
that
no,
just
like
a-
outside.
It's just like a village.
No. This it's Sparti, like
Okay, yeah.
Sparta.
No, but I
It has a
meant like
movie theater.
village, like the brand, like the.
Oh no! But this was an outdoor theater.
Okay.
Like completely outdoor.
Yeah,
was
I
like,
love
what,
those.
You know, go at night, whatever. You just chill. Like seating, guys. Just for people who don't know, it's not like movies in the park. It's like it's an outdoor theater. And I watched Batman Forever,
Oh, nice.
Greek dub.
Oh, not nice.
Uh,
or did that
yeah,
make it?
It made it so much more hilarious because
I
it was
bet.
dubbed in Greek with English subtitles. I'm like, this seems weird.
This is weird. Yeah, only
like,
you would see shit like that. in
Why
Greece.
would they
That's
do
weird.
this? They don't do it anymore. They don't dub anything.
No, but I'm
anymore.
saying you would have seen stuff like
Yeah,
that. That makes
and
sense.
I remember being able to read the English, which was the actual script, and I was like, whoa, like what's happening?
I bet you. I'm pretty sure I can.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Was like this. I don't know what he was saying.
Amazing.
And I was like, this is the worst
And you
thing.
didn't get Jim Carrey or Tommy Lee Jones as campion
None
as
of
the
it, none
performance
of it.
because it's probably
It was
dubbed
just
by some old Greek.
God,
Yeah.
no, I mean the dubbing was okay, but it was bad. Sure. Dub. I hate dubbing.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing that there, and then I remember coming back that summer, and I saw double feature. Now that we're talking about outdoors, this is super random. My parents were so excited. My parents are not movie people, okay? I remember most of my life, my father, he would walk into the living room where I was like watching something. Let's say I'm watching the X-Files, which is typical of me at that age, right? I'm watching the X-Files. And he would like sit eating half a sandwich in the arch of the living room, and he'd watch for like 5 minutes. And he'd go, what movie is this? I was like, what do you mean, what movie? We just watched a commercial. It's clearly not a film I'm watching. He's like, well, what is it? I go, it's a TV show. It's a show. He's like, show, movie. Like, he'd just frustrated and he'd leave. So, like, smash the table. They're not movie people. Like, they like movies. They watch tons of movies. But for the life of them, they could not repeat the title or the plot.
Your dad's a huge.
My dad's a Steven Seagal fan. He used to be, yes.
And now a Gerard Butler kills everyone.
Oh, yeah. He's like, they're making another one. He gets the only stories he remembers.
Olympus Has Fallen is the best movie that's come out in the last 25 years, according
My
to your
dad
father.
watches that once a month.
There, yeah.
So, and I love when he accidentally uses my Prime, and I was like, oh, I can tell. Like, Bill's been in here.
It's all Gerard Butler.
And it's like, Tom Clancy stuff, spy, that kind of stuff, you know? He's that generation. But like he couldn't tell you the actors' names or anything. But for some reason, Grease to them, Grease the film, with John Travolta, is a cultural phenomenon. Of
course.
Because my parents grew up in the 70s. I mean, they used to disco dance professionally.
But that movie takes place in the 50s, though.
Yes, but it has that.
Yeah, it has the
that,
vibe
the
of what
vibe
came out.
of
Yeah,
like
okay,
all
fair
those
enough.
songs became disco hits after classics, right? So they re-release in like 1998, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was 1998 because of the double feature. Grease, digitally remastered or whatever remastered they were doing then, and Deep Impact comes out.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So we go to the drive-in, which I had never been, and I haven't been since, to be honest.
Oh, it's fun.
In Saint Eustache, and I'm perplexed as fuck. I'm like, where are we? We used to have this minivan, this Nissan minivan, and my dad pulls it in backwards. We open the back. He drops all the seats, and we all just sit. And you have the little thing that you hang on the car. right? The little speaker.
Well, yeah, but now it goes with the radio.
Now there's radio, but then it was still like a little thing you hang outside the car with the speaker.
Hilarious.
And I watched Deep Impact on this like monstrous screen with like the shittiest, tinniest audio ever. But it was not bad, honestly.
Love Deep Impact.
Deep Impact, much better film than Armageddon. They came out the same year, right?
Disagree, but yeah.
They came out the same year.
Yeah.
Better film. More grounded in realism.
Yes, but I didn't want that from that kind of story. I want lines like "Get off the nuclear warhead," and my boy William Fichtner, whatever we're talking about, when when they have trouble and they can't get to the depth, and he's about to detonate the bomb too early. And it fucking, he has that struggle with Bruce Willis, and Willis like grabs him with the little,
right?
he grabs him with the little, the
pincers.
and he's there. He's like, was that the plan? You were gonna bring us up here to just blow us up? And he's like, we're never gonna make it. We have to do it now. And they get into this whole thing, and he's like, you brought us here, you trained us, you gotta trust me. And Victor's all intense, and he's doing that whole thing. He's looking at the timer go down, and he's all choked up, and he looks at him and goes, you swear. He says something.
I don't remember.
You swear on your name, on your daughter's name, you will make that depth. And it cuts back to Willis, and he's like, I will make 800, whatever. I
know the number.
I will make 800 feet. I swear to God, I will. It's like, then let's turn off this bomb. You can't get better than that, man. That's magic.
Look, as far as like movie magic, Armageddon is the stronger film.
Fucking Michael Bay, man.
But as in terms of like storytelling, with like you feel
there was gravitas.
Yeah, gravitas.
Deep Impact.
That's the word.
There were stories. There was multiple stories going on. Which
I'm telling you, man, Armageddon is
they're two different
they're
films,
two different,
though.
but they're the same story, right?
Sure,
which is cool.
Sure.
But like Deep Impact hits with the gravitas of that ass.
Yeah.
Still, gravitas. I think I like what we did there. We went off topic.
Oh yeah.
And came
we
back
around
to Bruce Willis, and I think because of that. Chef's kiss. I'm gonna
kiss
call
moment. So Deep Impact, Armageddon. You've been watching 24 FPS. Frames per second. Peter James.
Yeah, he's Peter James. I'm Phil Balabanos. And also, if you haven't figured it out yet, if you don't like the whole, I have to turn on a YouTube link and then not watch it and let it play, you can do this audio. Like the podcast is available as a podcast on everything.
We won't blame you if you don't want to see our
Spotify,
faces.
Apple Podcasts, the OG podcast platform.
I love it.
And also check out some of the other shows that are associated to 24 FPS on the Pantelis Comedy Network, which we call home. And we'll see you next week with a very special episode.
Scary times.
You want to do Wayne's World as we leave?
We started this.